Welcome, all ye faithful viewers, to my third Pink Pokemon Team episode. Today we're going to start with a bit of an analysis on movesets and team combinations, so if you don't feel up for that, skip ahead to 7 minutes and 11 seconds. First up is my faithful Clefairy, whose moveset consists of Pound, Double Slap, Water Gun, and Sing. Out of these 4 moves, I believe most moves are actually interchangeable, and a lot of them will change over the course of this game. Sing seems to me like the really only useful move left on this moveset, and so we're going to get rid of Pound, Water Gun, and eventually Double Slap. At level 24, Clefairy learns Minimize, and will change out Pound for Minimize. And at the Fast Chip SSN, we can find the TM Body Slam, which will become a really useful stab move that can paralyze. Which means that in the near future, Clefairy's moveset will look something like this. Eventually, we will of course want to trade in Double Slap for a strong coverage move, preferably an ice move. And so for that slot, Blizzard or Ice Beam might be a good contender. Bear in mind that we won't get access to those TMs until later in the game, so for the larger part we will probably be using Double Slap or another more convenient normal type move. For now though, I believe this moveset looks fairly solid on Clefairy. Next up is the Jigglypuff, and Jigglypuff really only has one move going for it right now. Which means we can start messing around with a really fun gimmicky set that I've actually been looking forward to for a while. The first thing I'm going to do is teach it Mega Punch. Why, you might ask? Well, I think Mega Punch is a really fun move, and combined with Sing, you could put Pokemon to sleep and just punch them straight in the face as a gimmick. Of course, more moves will be added along the way, and the biggest problem of Jigglypuff is that it learns all its moves via prior evolution, which is why we can't immediately use a Moonstone to evolve it into Wigglytuff. Okay, now let's talk HM convenience. Since we're doing a single playthrough without trade options, I am opting for as many Pokemon as possible on my team to learn an HM. Which is why I'm teaching Jigglypuff Strength. Strength won't be a bad move in the long run since it has Stab, since in Generation 1 Jigglypuff is still a normal type, and I believe that it adds to the brawler mystique that our Jigglypuff/Wigglytuff is already sort of building up along the way with its Mega Punch and its other niche options. The 4th slot will be used for a coverage move, so Jigglypuff can also be useful in other situations. I haven't really decided yet what coverage move it's going to be, but since I consider Jigglypuff my more experimental gimmicky Pokemon, it could really be anything. I'm thinking Submission, I'm thinking Thunder, I'm thinking Solar Beam, since we can use Sing to build up another turn to charge it. I'm even thinking Rest if I feel like a really weird gimmicky set. So I'm going to leave that up to what I feel like playing in the future. In that sense, it's still a surprise. Now let's move on to what I believe is my most popular pink Pokemon on this team, Mew. Mew really only knows Pound right now, and the first moves it'll learn after this are Transform, Mega Punch, Metronome, and then Psychic. Of course, Transform isn't really all that useful. Mega Punch only shows up at around level 20, and Metronome is gimmicky at best. The only really useful move is Psychic, by which time we already need Mew to know Psychic. So it's a very solid assumption that we're just going to use TM moves. This is what its moveset will look like in the near future. Weird, gimmicky. Bubble Beam doesn't really have a place on a Mew set. I realize that, but these are the TMs that are available to us in the near future, out of which probably only Thunderbolt will be a useful move to keep. But for now, Bubble Beam is our water coverage, and Thunderbolt is our main attack move, and that's what we're going to roll with. Until the set looks something like this. I had mentioned before that I am going to try and fit as many HM moves into my team as possible. And I realize that for a lot of people, this may seem like heresy. Why teach Mew Fly? It's such a waste of a slot, right? Well, yes, I agree with you. But since I want to try and run this game with a complete pink team, and since Mew can learn any move it wants, at least one HM move seems really handy to me, and Fly is an HM that I haven't been able to fit on any of the other choices that I'm going to use on my team. So this is going to be a really important niche choice. Of course, Mew also needs to learn Psychic, because that's its most important stab move. Then it's either Blizzard or Thunderbolt, or maybe I'm going to trade in one of those for Soft Boiled. It depends on if I want to go for a complete sweeping set, or if I want to have some recovery. I haven't really decided yet. For the most part, it looks like I want to use the complete sweeper set with all the attack moves. But depending on my mood, I might change one of those moves to Soft Boiled. And then this is what Mew's moveset would eventually look like. So, well, I think I have some fun content for you guys today, because I plan on showing a little bit more Pokemon fights as opposed to just catching Pokemon and talking about it. So yeah, there's that. There is also the grabbing of the XP. Since we're facing Misty today and we're facing our rival in the SSN, I'm going to fight all the trainers that I neglected to fight above Cerulean City in the last episode to just pick up some XP. And as promised, I'm teaching Wigglytuff the Mega Punch so we can really capitalize on its potential for being a brawler. From here on out, you're going to see a lot of the Sing Mega Punch combo, which I think is a really fun gimmick. We sweep through this route, pick up XP here and there, and once we are done beating all the trainers here, we're going to go to the Pokemon Center for a quick heal, and then it's time to face Misty. So here we go. Mr. Pink versus Misty. And I'm contemplating what I should do here. The biggest problem, of course, is the level 21 Starmie at the end. So at first I'm just going to be cheeky and send in Glitchy just so I can switch it out to get some free XP. In this case, the Pokemon switching in is going to get the brunt of the hit, which in this case is going to be Pikachu. So basically, Pikachu is going to be sacrificed. Or, well, sacrificed sounds a bit harsh. Let me put it this way, I'd rather have Pikachu faint at this point than Mew. And the second brave attempt is offered to us by the Mankey. Now Mankey is 4 levels lower and the low kicks won't do much, but at this point we're just gonna throw stuff at the wall and see if it sticks. The more shots we can lay in, the better, because we want to save up our best for last against that Starmie. At first I tried to stick with this strategy and send out the Jigglypuff first, so I don't have to use Clefairy yet, but 2 water guns pretty much say pop goes the weasel, or pop goes the balloon, whichever you prefer, and take out the Jigglypuff. So I have to use Clefairy at this point. The other option would of course have been Mew with Pound and Transform, but at level 11 or 10, I don't really feel comfortable with that. So the Clefairy comes out, the first double slap misses, but don't give me no crap, just double slap. We're going to keep going, we're going to keep laying in them slaps, and we're going to take out the Staryu. Next up is the Starmie, and we're going to need to create an opportunity to get some free turns because it's a strong Pokemon, it's fully evolved. If it gets free shots on us, or free shots, if it gets to attack us each turn, then we will be in trouble. So we need the Sing, which fortunately hits. But RNG isn't always what it seems, because the one eye that Starmie has opens up the very next turn, and it's back in the game. A tackle comes out, we can take one, or multiple, and we're going to need to try to get it to go to sleep by whichever means necessary, because it's already built up so much defense with the Hardens and the X-Defend that we need an opening to build up some damage. And there we go. The second Sing that hits. And now we're going to continue to slap this star until it sees stars. But yeah, like I said, it's built up so much defense that we are going to run out of PP for double slap before the Starmie runs out of health. So we're doing a quick switch. Glitchy comes out, who is 10 levels lower. And we're just going to pound the star. Bang! It doesn't really do anything at all. Starmie does a tackle that does a great amount of damage for a tackle. Water Gun, even more so, takes us down to 13 HP. But we're just trying to stack up the damage we can get. Mew goes down. Sorry, Glitchy. And now, Unfairy comes back in for a second round. The Bubble Beam comes out, and it crits and takes us to 1 HP. And just after that, we put the Starmie to sleep. So now we're really in a clutch situation. If the Starmie wakes up and uses any kind of attack move on the consecutive turn, it will take us out. So we're going to need to pray to RNGesus, to believe in luck and in miracles. And we're just going to continue to slap the star around, to smack it right in the face. What did the five fingers say to the face? Slap! That's what we're going to continue to do. And it's slowly getting there. But at any point, the Starmie could wake up and the PP is running low. And now it wakes up. This is, I think, the last double slap that we can use. No, we have one more. Okay. But I need to be lucky here, and I am. I needed Starmie not to attack so I could use Sing and buy a couple more turns, and that worked. The final Slapperoonie slaps around, and after this it's about 2 pounds, I think, until the Starmie drops back into the ocean and becomes ocean floor decoration. And we get it! On the edge of everything, by the skin of our teeth, Clefairy pulls through and we win the Cascade badge. Nice! Misty gives us not just the Cascade badge, but also the TM Bubble Beam, which is an odd choice to teach to Mew, but I've already discussed this in the moveset and team preview at the start. For now, I am going to teach Bubble Beam to Mew because it's the closest thing to a decent water coverage move that I have at this point. Later in the game, we'll get access to a lot of better TMs, but for now, this is what's going to get us past rock types and ground types and fire types and such. Right above Vermilion City, we're just basically gonna fight anyone that moves here, anything that we can find to get some XP, and the Clefairy is the first to get as much of that as XP as possible. When it gets to level 23, we can give it a rare candy, and at level 24 it learns Minimize. And from here on out, you are all cordially invited to witness the return of the Moonstone as I slap it onto Clefairy and usher in the Clefable. At this point, I have decided to box any non-pink Pokemon and try to get on ahead with the game with just the Pokemon that fit the theme. This doesn't mean that those Pokemon won't make a reappearance. If there's any HM that I don't want to use at some point, I might use one of these Pokemon. But for now, we probably won't see them again anytime soon. And the first priority we have here while stepping onto the SSM is finding the TM8 Body Slam. I think during early game and mid game, this is an underestimated TM. Back in the day, back in Generation 1, Clefairy and Clefable were still normal types, so Body Slam gets Stab when used by them. It does a decent chunk of damage. It has a chance for paralysis. It's a really useful move, and so I'm going to teach it to Clefable to really beast her way through the opponents. I like feisty kids like you. That's just downright creepy. So I just added in this bit of the match for a bit of fun. I accidentally misclicked here using disable, and I didn't realize at level 17 that Horsey doesn't know anything else besides Bubble. So now it struggles, and this is just one of those many accidental moments of fun that I had during this game while playing Jigglypuff. It's just one of those small gems that if I had to pick Jigglypuff again, I wouldn't mind, because I know it's a mid-tier Pokemon, but apparently it can be really fun to play with. And now the moment you've all been waiting for. You already know, of course. You've played this game before. The fight with D-Bag. As per usual, D-Bag just comes from out of nowhere, belittles us, taunts us, brags about how many Pokemon he's caught, and then starts a fight, because why not? I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm impressed with the amount of work that Wigglypuff will be able to put in during this match. For starters, it puts a 3-level higher Pokemon to sleep, buying it some wiggle room in case a move misses. And the first Mega Punch misses. But there's plenty of time, plenty of room to land another big uppercut or haymaker. Kablamo Slammo right in the beak. We need only one more Mega Punch. And this birdie will go down. The second Pokemon, as we level up to level 17, is the Rattata. Rattata will be faster than Jigglypuff, and it has Hyper Fang, which is demonstrated here. Hyper Fang hurts, and it can crit, as you can see. Our Sing misses, so we need a bit of luck here. Unfortunately, we get it, because it uses Tail Whip. And with a soft lullaby, Rattata goes to sleep, and now we can start punching it in the face. The Rattata goes down, and now it is time to switch Wigglypuff. It wouldn't be a nice reward for it to have it take out 2 higher level Pokemon and then just go down to the Sandshrew. So out comes Glitchy, the fan favorite, with its powerful Bubble Beam. I won't lie, I expected this to be a one-shot, but it hangs on with a sliver of health and lands a slash which crits. But we take it out with a Disrespect Pound, and down goes the mole. And D-Bag proceeds by bringing out his team carry, the Eevee, so we in turn bring out the big guns as well. Out comes Unfairy, the Clefable, and I won't lie, I got a bit vindictive here. Throughout the game, D-Bag has made his Eevee use so many sand attacks on my Pokemon, which in turn made my Pokemon miss so many moves, that we are going to go for a series of minimizes just to show the Eevee that even if it wakes up, it can't really do anything. We're basically flaunting our dominance here and showing that there's really not much the Eevee can do. The Eevee wakes up while we opt for the Body Slam, and it actually one-shots. So yeah, there's that. We could have used Body Slam from the start, but I believe this taunting back and forth has earned us some brownie points as well. Oh, I feel hideous. Seasick. I always thought this bit was a bit weird. He's an old sea captain, we don't even know him. He's asking a 10-year-old boy to rub his back, but, well, let's just think the best of this. And as I wave goodbye to the SSN, I'm going to wave goodbye to you guys, because this is pretty much the end of the episode. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you will join me again for episode 4.